Pirates and pirate. When we think about pirates and pirate today, we actually imagine both of them as bearded pirates with wooden legs, hooks instead of hands, and parrots on the shoulder. For this, the main culprit is popular culture, which has uncritically planted some images in our heads. However, when we talk about real history and not cartoons and movies, pirates and pirates were not at all alike, in fact. Meeting one or the other in the middle of the sea could have meant the difference between life or death for someone. Pirates, corsairs, or privateers were actually pirates who did not plunder solely for their own interests, but were in a way under the auspices of individual states. These states would then legalize pirate robberies. But this meant that pirates were not allowed to attack, rob, and kill whomever they liked, but usually attacked the warring opponents of the state for which they worked. For example, if some pirates worked under the auspices of the French state, as was the case with the famous pirate Lawrence de Graff and his partner, Andy Elavue, then they attacked, for example, British colonies, ports, and naval ships, while the Allies had to leave France alone if they wanted to maintain their position as protected pirates. Of course, as proof of their privileged position, the pirates used to be issued special certificates, which in the event of capture saved them from being hanged as ordinary robbers. But most often they were treated as prisoners of war. Of course, for such protection, they were obliged to give part of the looted loot to the country for which they worked. So when someone talks about pirates these days, it's very likely they're actually referring to pirates. Robbery. Pirates were the pirates our pop culture usually refers to. They were those stinking, bearded, and bloodthirsty pirates who attacked every ship that had the misfortune of being in their sights. They were outlaws and didn't care about the laws of any state. Consequently, everyone hated and feared them equally. And if they were captured, the pirates would be mercilessly executed in the most cruel ways, as it is easy to imagine. Pirate life was much more dangerous and difficult than pirate life. That is why many pirates in wartime turned into pirates and put themselves in the service of a state. But the opposite happened. At the end of the wars, many pirates no longer had a secured crust of bread, so they turned into pirates. There are also known cases that in the periods between the wars, pirates, because they did not have a smarter job, were sometimes sent to hunt for pirates, who were actually their colleagues. Although pirates, naval mercenaries in the service of the state, have long been a thing of the past. Pirates actually exist even today in more remote parts of the ocean. They have only just changed in appearance. But the agenda of robbing everyone they encounter at sea has remained the same.